Hello, everyone. How's it going? Happy Thursday. Can you believe we are at Thursday already? That fun part of the week. So close to Friday, we can almost taste it. I am so excited to be back. We have been away for a couple of weeks now, and really excited to be back with you guys. So hello. We were up in North Carolina, then we went up to Maryland. We spent some time just visiting. You know, down here in Florida, we don't get a chance to see family and friends all that often. So it was really nice to be able to see everyone. So we are back, trying to get back into the groove of things, trying to get back into a routine. And after being off for 2 weeks, that's a little bit more difficult. For me anyway, to get back into the routine of working and doing all the things. The kids fell right back into staying up all night on their phones and tablets and sleeping all day. So they didn't speak. But for me, getting back into work and everything. So today, I'm just going to keep it really simple. This is probably as close to what my normal weekday, weeknight dinner would look like. I've got some beautiful pork blade steaks here that we are going to make. They were on sale. Really excited about that. Just going to grill those up real simple. I had crushed peppercorn and garlic seasoning that I put on that. And it's just been kind of hanging out on the countertop for maybe like the last 20 minutes or so. I've got some broccoli that I have sliced up or turned into florets. We're going to throw that in the air fryer, get that roasting. But of course, the most important part of dinner, at least for Samantha, is the mac and cheese. And for that, I'm going to be making that in my micro cooker. Now, I've already got my grill pan and press here. It is heating up on medium highish heat. We hope, at least, because, you know, my stove can get kind of wonky sometimes, but medium-high heat. And, of course, the blue box mac and cheese, because nothing else is acceptable in this house. Sadly. There was one Thanksgiving, I think it was, I made a, 6-cheese mac and cheese, baked, golden brown, bubbly. That was like, I don't like it. My skills are just wasted on that one. All right, so I'm adding a little bit of salt just to help flavor these noodles. And I'm going to put enough water in here to cover them by about a half an inch or so, which is about 3 cups of water. Ish. So, me, personally, I do not make my noodles on the stovetop anymore. They go right in the microwave. Really quick, really easy. And when this is done, I can take it over to the sink and just tilt it over to the side and the water will drain. I don't even need a strainer. So it's like the perfect container. This is the 3-quart micro cooker. I do believe right now it is available only in the set though. So if you are looking to grab that, the set is genius, though. You would use every single one of them. I have 2 of each, and I promise you one is always dirty somewhere, which is why I got the second set. So this is going to go in the microwave for 14 minutes. That's right, 14 minutes, and we're done. No preheating, no waiting for it to boil, no standing over it, stirring constantly. 14 minutes, and we're done. Okay, so the broccoli is going to go in the air fryer, and I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to use the roast setting. There we go, 375 for 10 minutes. That's all I'm going to need for the broccoli to be done as well. Okay, so while that is preheating, I've already got my pan going over here. And so it is ready to go. That. And we need those. I think I'll use them later. Here. my tongs up in the dishwasher. And I do have 2 sets of these as well because one is always dirty. All right, so these beautiful blade steaks, I can find these on sale at my Publix. Sometimes for as little as like $2.49 a pound. So it's an incredible value for pork. And what I love about it is the marbling in here. All that delicious fat, all that delicious flavor. So I've got this on medium-high heat, and I'm using the press to just kind of keep this going a little bit faster. Now there is a bone in here, which is why I like to let these kind of hang out on my countertop for a little while so that they can get a little bit closer to room temperature, and that will help them cook a little bit more evenly, especially around that bone. All right, so I'm going to take a small. Now, for our broccoli, I'm going to use my Italian canola oil here. Give that a good shake. And I've also done this with the garlic parmesan oil on the broccoli. So good. But I've got all that infused Italian flavor right in there. Delicious. I thought I picked out all those leaves though. Alright. So we're just going to toss that broccoli and add a little salt and pepper as well. There we go. Just give that a little toss about. So, is anyone else traveling this summer? If you are, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know where you've gone off to and where you traveled, what you did, what you saw. My in-laws live in Maryland, right outside of Frederick. So while we're up there, I try to do a little something with the kiddos, and we went up to Washington, D.C. a couple of times, actually. We went to the Air and Space Museum that's over by the airport. That was so cool. It's probably been, probably a good 20 years since I've been there. And it was just as amazing as I remember. They have the Space Shuttle Discovery, like the actual space shuttle in the hangar. They have, oh my goodness, replica planes, some of the actual planes. They actually will kind of search around the country and find old vintage planes from all different eras of aviation, the military planes, the commercial style planes. They have the Concorde, that big ultrasonic plane in there. And that was just really, really cool to see. The girls were just fascinated by the whole thing. So that was a lot of fun. We got to spend just hours walking around there, and that was a blast. And we also got to the African American Museum of History, which was just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And we were there for probably like 3 hours and didn't even get through half of it. Not even half. So it's definitely on the list to go back and see. And we also got to walk down to the Lincoln Memorial. And I mean, it was just a really, really fun trip. All right, so now that the air fryer is done preheating, it beeps at me and tells me to add the food. So food goes in, I close, hit the button, and now my 10-minute countdown has started. So in 10 minutes, I'm going to have some perfectly beautiful roasted broccoli. All right, so let's take a peek at how our pork chops are doing. They are looking good. And you notice I did not put any oil on the pan or anything like that. This particular cut, because of all that marbling, it's got plenty of fat in there. So I really didn't need it this time around, but it's looking good. I'm gonna give that like 2 more minutes. Flip those, let them cook for another 5, and then let it rest, and they'll be perfect. So while we wait, I do want to tell you there is a special flash sale happening right now with the food chopper. I'm gonna go grab it. I'll be right back. So the Pampered Chef food chopper. So for many of you watching, this may be the reason you fell in love with Pampered Chef. If it wasn't the stoneware, it was definitely this amazing food chopper. I have had this, I think this came in my new consultant kit 12 years ago, almost 12 years ago. And it is still just as amazing as it was the day I bought it. I have had to replace this because it has hit the floor once or twice. Couldn't be helped. But this piece here, the clear collar, as they call it, can be replaced. So I got a new one, and it has worked just fine. So it has this zigzag blade down here, and when you push the bottom, it rotates. So every time you push it down, it rotates about not quite a quarter of a turn, but you see how it spins, and as it's spinning, as you're chopping, it's rotating around and chopping up everything nice and fine. So the more you chop, the finer your food is going to get. So you can use this for nuts. You can use it for eggs, onions, celery, carrots, bell peppers, anything that you would want to chop up. You could chop up bits of cooked chicken if you wanted to for your little ones. I mean, so many options. And especially with the holidays coming up, and I say that, and I know it's July, and some of you just panicked a little bit, and that's okay. We're going to do this together, okay? But with the holidays coming up, and coming they are, this is a great tool to have in the kitchen to get all of your chopping done, especially if you're like doing desserts and you want to put chopped nuts on top of something. I mean, it does all the things, and it is dishwasher safe, which is probably my favorite feature of all. Okay, so this part, the whole thing is dishwasher safe. So you just pop the collar off, you put that in, that comes off to wash separately, and then this kind of flares out. So you make sure you can clean all in there, and I just put that right on the top shelf of my dishwasher and send it through the wash. I have not had any problems at all with it. Blades are still just as sharp as the day I got it several years ago. But again, great tool to have. And that's on sale. It's $10 off until next Monday, till the 14th. So grab that. Don't wait, because I have a feeling we are selling these like hotcakes. So you want to make sure you get yours, especially at that price, right? All right. Let's see what else. I'm trying to catch you guys up on the last 2 weeks. It's been really fun. We went to North Carolina. We spent a week in North Carolina. Every year, my dad's side of the family has a huge family reunion. We do it every year. Every year it is the week of the 4th, that first Saturday in July. And we have family come in from everywhere and spend time together, and it's really wonderful. So we're about halfway through the cook time. So I'm just giving this a toss and stir here. And you can already see some of those roasted brown bits on there. That is going to be fantastic. All right, back in you go. So yeah, I mean, we get together and celebrate, spend time together as a family, and it's really, really wonderful to see everybody. Tell me in the comments if your family does a big reunion every year. So this celebrates, oh my goodness, a couple hundred years of family time. So it's really nice. It's really nice. I really love being able to spend time together like that, which is sort of rare these days to get everybody together like that, you know? All right, let me find a platter for the pork chop. Get my stone platter here. Because everything is going to be done, I think, at all about the same time. All right, let's see. We'll check that pork chop. Oh, should have probably turned that on first. All right. And what's super fun is I am heading to Chicago next week for the Pampered Chef National Conference. So no rest really. All right. So we're at 148, which 145 is what you need for pork. So I'm going to put the top back on that, turn that off, and just let that just sort of hang. It's not cooking anymore, but it's not off the heat either. So we're going to kind of slowly render a little bit more of that fat down. Although my kids are big fans of the squishy bits. So I think they won't mind if there's still some squishy bits on there. But I will take a second and pick this up and show you those beautiful grill marks. You guys see that? Isn't that awesome? I love those grill marks. And I didn't have to go outside in the heat to get it. Which makes it even better. Makes it even better. Alrighty. And yeah, we had on the day before we left North Carolina, they had the big rainstorm up there, and it flooded some of the roads up there. And we had gone to like the Eno River, which is near my parents' house, and that thing flooded out, completely flooded out. It was crazy to see pictures that the state park had posted a couple of days later. But I want to show you this. I don't know how easy it's going to be to see, but up here there is a little bit of liquid. Yeah, so it bubbled up a little bit, but the cool thing is that it caught in that concave top there, so it didn't like spill all over the microwave. So it caught up here in this part. This is one of those lids that has the two-part lid system. So this part with the vents that are here, there, will catch anything that bubbles up, and as it bubbles up, it kind of hangs back in the top, and there are little holes here that it just drips back down. And also this part is sort of concave, so it helps to break any surface tension as the bubbles come bubbling up. And again, the hole there just sort of helps everything rain right back down into the pasta. All right, so I'll show you that. Let's see. I don't know if you can tell, but perfectly cooked pasta. Now, I did toss the inside lid to the side, And I'm going to put this top back on and kind of lock it in place a little bit and take this over to the sink and give it a quick drain. There we go. Don't necessarily want to get rid of all of the pasta water, but like 99%. If there's still a little bit left in there, it's okay. The noodles, as they cool, they're going to keep absorbing all that liquid anyway. So if it's not perfect, it's not right. It's not right. Now, I'm going to add that 1/4 cup of milk and that 1/4 cup of butter. There we go. Just in time for the broccoli. And of course, the packet of cheese. Like I said, I can do sometimes make the mac and cheese from scratch, but we just at least put one thing on the table. The picky eater will eat. And that's my rule. Alright. There we go. All good. There. Mac and cheese done. Let's check this broccoli. See how it's doing. Beautiful. Still sizzling. And you can see it's got those little brown roasted bits on there, which I think are some of the best parts. All right. Probably should have brought the bigger platter out, but oh well. I'll get my UGG load here. And these are new from Pampered too. There we go. Get a better grip on things this way. All right. Let's move this over. And we'll get our beautiful chops on. There we go. Let those hang out and rest over here for a little while. Beautiful. I'll probably make a little pan sauce with that a little bit later here. There. All right. So here's that pork chops, some roasted broccoli, got our mac and cheese over on the side. And that is it. Okay, that is dinner in like 20 minutes. Take you a little less time when you're not talking to camera. But I just love how my Pampered Chef tools just make the everyday cooking. Not that I'm doing anything special with any special recipes or ingredients or anything like that, but just the everyday of getting dinner on the table. As you can see, so much easier when you've got tools that you can count on, that you can rely on, that will perform as expected, even better sometimes. It just makes things so much easier. And right now, in the month of July, that's where we're at, right? The month of July, hosts can get an extra $100 in free product when your party hits $650. So if you've got your eye on some of these products that you want to fill your kitchen up with, now's a great time to host a party. It can be really easy, just sending a link out to your friends and family, see if there's anything they want to add to their kitchen. And also, hosts in July get 60% off of anything in the catalog, 60% off. So if you've had your eye on those big ticket items, like the air fryer, like some cookware, and you've been wanting to add those to your kitchen, now's the time to do it when you can get it for 60% off. So if you like to do that, you can just comment below, shoot me a message, let me know, and get it all set up for you. And it'll be quick and easy, and I'll help you every step of the way. In addition, in the month of August, if you are involved in any groups or organizations you volunteer with that you know could use an extra boost. In the month of August, there is double donations for fundraisers. Fundraisers function exactly the way a regular catalog virtual party would, except instead of getting like the bonus $100 in free product reward, you get a check for your organization. Now, as the organizer, you do still get that 60% off item. So if you would like to host a party and get that air fryer you've been wanting, and you want a donation to your church's women's group, your youth organization, your gymnastics club, your baseball team, your kids' chess club, the theater club, a vets organization, Alzheimer's for America, Junior Diabetes Association, to the local food bank or the Red Cross in North Carolina or in Texas, we can do that. So let's set that up. Let's get it going. Just message me really quick and I can help you with that. So thank you for hanging out with me for this kind of blip in our summer. I will be gone next week again. I'll be in Chicago in the Pampered Chef Conference, but I will be back, and I'm sure I'm going to have so much to share with you about what is coming in the fall. So until then, be good, stay safe, and cook up something delicious. All right? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.